Okay, looks like we're on. Yeah, I just did the beginning as above, so below. Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangels, Ascended Masters, Ancestors, and passed on loved ones in peace, love, and light. Today's March 11th, 2026. You know it ain't easy. Here to do a tarot card read. So, let's see. Where am I here? Make sure I got enough room. Listening to some music. Phone's gonna die. Bluetooth's off. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing good. It's March. Okay, I think we're in the 40 days of fasting. I know, Lord knows I need to. For Lent, right? What's it, Lent? Yeah, I believe so. Ash Wednesday. Start of Easter. Yeah, it's the week of Easter, which should be coming up into towards the end. What is it? The end of April. I mean, no, end of March into April. Right? Oh no, wait a second. Is the Holy Week begins Palm Sunday. Anyway, I know it's a little dark in here, but it's cool. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangels, and Ascended Masters, please give me the message. Let me know what I need to know. Five of Pentacles. First card out. Five of Pentacles. Let's see. I hope, like I said, I hope everyone's doing good. What's new in the world today? Not much. Leave politics out of it. Next card. We had Five of Pentacles. Next card up. Five of Wands. Interesting. 5 and 5. Five of Pentacles. Five of Wands. I think we're onto something here. You got the courage of all entertainers. Okay, next cards. We have Lovers and the Four of Pentacles. Five Pentacles, five Wands, the Lovers, Four of Pentacles. It looks like, you know how they say everything comes out in the wash? You know, with the Five of Pentacles and then the Five of Wands, it's like there's some type of with the Lovers, which is, you know, like a relationship of some sort. It's like it's like working something, like molding something with clay, or when you carve, right? You're carving out, like making a statue. You're gonna make something that's beautiful. And with the Four of, you go from the Five of Pentacles to the Four. It's, you know, it's money seems to be an issue here. Something's going on here with the money. We have a relationship. We have money. So what poked out here, what just popped out is the Queen of Cups and the Magician. So, but it wasn't. They showed themselves, but they didn't pop out. So what's that? What's that? Holy Spirit. There it goes. See that? I don't know if you guys saw that. It flew out. Next card is the Four of Swords. Right? So, isn't that funny? We have 5 and 5. Then we have the Lovers. Then we have 4 Pentacles, 4 Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, right? So 5 and 5. Then the Lovers, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. So it's almost like not thinking who are the Lovers is the major arcana. Okay, and it's showing the guy and the girl, right? That's like Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel, or right, and so like these are like the main characters here out of this top row, right? And it's like the old way of thinking, 5 of Pentacles, and the misguided, with the 5 of Wands is their old way of thinking, and the wasted energy of the Lovers, right? And it's almost like it's in the past because it's previously, you know what I mean, or what is that, pre and post. So before the major arcana is the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, the Lovers, right? They appear. Okay, then after 4 of Pentacles. Well, the Lovers is a 4. No, is a 6. Sorry, 5, 5, 6, 4, 4. 5, 5, 6, 4, 4. Interesting. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Okay, and like when you are in the 4 of Pentacles, it's like you're holding on to what you have, or it's because money is dictating, your situation. Either or, one or the other. Gotta make some room here. So, let's see. Yeah, with the 4 of Swords that's like that's rest, a night, resting, praying. Then the Ace of Swords, there's a lot with the Ace of Swords. Everyone, that's like that's your yes card. When the Ace of Sword pops out, it's, you know what I mean. A majority of people say that's like telling the truth. So, with the 4, it's funny because with the 4 of Swords plus the Ace of Swords, that makes 5 swords. 5, 6, 4, 4. Anyway, I don't know. I'm talking to myself. It's almost like things are working themselves. Things are working their way out, but the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands is like this guy's holding on. He's holding on. It's like you just gotta hold on. You gotta wait. You gotta. He's if you look at it right. Picture those two pentacles under his feet as roller skates, or it's a skateboard, right? Flip that pentacle up and it's a wheel. You got to skate with what you got, and he's holding on tight. And when I see, not everybody, some people say the Four of Swords could be considered death, but I don't believe in this reading right now. Is the Four of Swords is a, it's more of a, when I see that he's resting, right? He's sleeping or he's resting. You can't see it, but he's got one eye open, and he's saying, he's praying, right? The stained glass window. He's sitting there going, "All right, Lord, I will wait, and I will wait for your answer. When you tell me to go, I'll go." And that's a fact. Ace of Sword. God runs the show. God calls the shots. So these lovers are working. It's a guy and a gal here. They're working something out. The past is behind them, though. Certainly. All right, what else, Spirit? What else would you like me to know today? Looks like they're just buying time. They're waiting for God's call. God's gonna tell them when. He'll give them the answer. Yeah, I meant to do this reading earlier, post it earlier. I was ready to do it, but then I was sitting here and I dozed off. I fell asleep. Yeah, right where I'm sitting, I dozed off, took a nap, which is odd, but hey. Okay, what do we got? Spirit. Star. I'm glad it's in the upright. And we all know what that is. The star, you know, basically, if you're the star, just be yourself. You know? And you know, what would you, when we think of a star, fame and fortune, being recognized, clout, you know what I mean? Like you're the star when you walk in the building, when you walk in the room. You're the main character of the story. Next card. Nine of Wands. Okay. We know what that guy's about. Two of Pentacles in reverse. So this, you're covering it, you're balancing. Upside down. With this, looks like what? The show, with it coming out with the 9. Right, so with the 9 of Wands, right? Picture this guy's at the jiu-jitsu, or he's at the, the karate, shop or whatever, right? And they put on a show, right? See how he's got his one, right? He's holding on to it, and just picture, it's like batter up, right? Or no, not batter up, but like he's gonna compete, right? So if he's the star, right, and he's gonna compete, he has to it's a show for everybody. Okay, who's next? Who wants to bonk this guy over the head with a stick, right? How long has that been going on, right? How long has the star been having to fight his way, And with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, that's like show's over, right? Mic drop. Because upright would be like, okay, how long do I gotta do this for? But in reverse, it's like, no, game over, right? Because the Star shouldn't have to fight every day. I mean, of course, the Star is gonna fight, or do what the Star does, but does he need to be in combat? You know what I mean? Is he watching his back? Is he attacked daily? That's what I see with that right there, right? And with the Two of Pentacles in reverses, show's over, folks. I do, I don't, whatever. Alright, here we go. What else, Spirit? What else? Oh, geez, these flip, but. Alright, what I see, I can't take them because there's just too many. But the Fool popped out. Ooh, look at that. And when I flipped it over again, wow, Spirit's been tripping with me lately. Because I flip it and it's too many, I flip it back and I look at, jeez. So what I saw was the Fool. And then when I flipped them back, these came out. Queen of Cups. King of Swords in reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Whoa, that was a trip because they flipped. There was too many. When I flipped it back, it was all those. Right. So the Star, right? Then we got the Nine of Wands, Two of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Cups. Okay, so Queen of Cups, like all queens, they're loving and caring. And in the upright, it's like somebody devoted to the cause. Maybe like to put it into reference, what came to mind is like a soccer mom or something like that. Maybe it's not. It could be a mom, but it's like with the queen, somebody who is loving and caring, and they're devoted to the cause, right? Like a football mom, soccer mom, whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? King of Swords in reverse. So with the King of Swords upright, that's mind over matter. You know what I mean? The swords are wisdom and knowledge. So somebody who's, King of Swords is somebody, intellect maybe or whatever. But when you put it in reverse, it's somebody who's thinking, for themselves. Okay, King of Swords in reverse is somebody, somebody upright would be a fair and just. You know what I mean? Like think of like a Libra with the scales. It's not justice. You know what I mean? I don't want to get it wrong, but somebody who would be like a problem solver, even somebody that you would go to, and if you had an issue, whatever, this guy would be able to figure it out. He'd say, "This is how it's gonna be, King of Swords," right? But in reverse, this guy's saying, "What can I get out of it?" Could be an evil or a dangerous guy, right? 1918, 1919. So we have a King of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So when I look at the Star, it looks like the Star, who was battling for their spot in the sun, or to be the Star. Okay. And that, like I said, that show that was being put on is over. The Star's gonna stop this show. Okay, and it looks to me as though a Queen of Cups Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and or this King of Swords, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Right, the star is done messing with these two, and the King of Swords is definitely in their ego, if you get what I'm saying. And what's going on with this Ten of Pentacles is clearly these two who have been, you can't. It doesn't show that they were attacking him, the star, but it shows that they have thrown insults and they've set up, like, you know what I mean, like road bumps, or you know what I mean. The star has had to jump through hoops in the obstacle course, right? Because of this Queen of Cups, King of Swords reverse, over this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And when it's in reverse, that tells me that these two have been, they put this guy through hell. He's been, like I said, dodging, he's been through the jungle gym, or he's been dodging bullets. So, okay. Next one up, the Emperor. Oh boy. Guitar couldn't sew, so I split the band. I love that song. I hope that doesn't right, so where are we? We're on the last row. We have the Emperor. Right? The lovers are on hold. The Star is done playing games with the Queen of Cups, King of Swords reverse. And they've put him in with the Ten of Pentacles in reverses. It's been dangerous. That's all I'll say about that. It's been like difficult, right? In reverse. Trying to think of which card would, when it's upright and when it's reversed. Oh, the Hierophant, right? In a sense, like when the Hierophant's upright and when it's in reverse. You know what I mean? So when it's similar to, it could be considered like the, you know, the black and white. You know what I'm saying? So like upright, it's tradition and like old family values and things like that. But when it's in reverse, it's like non-traditional or ways. This is my opinion, but like in order to get the Ten of Pentacles, it's been like dangerous. Okay, it's not like gifted. That Ten of Pentacles has been this guy right here. It says right here, the Star went through a Nine of Wands to get to this Ten of Pentacles, and it doesn't look like these two want to go. They're standing right in the fucking way. Next card, sorry. The Chariot. So we have the Emperor and the Chariot. Okay, Chariot is, literally, driving a car, etc. But it's also like achievement, victory, success. Right? So we have an Emperor, the Chariot. Okay? So, next card. King of Wands. Wow. And that's the King of Wands is a go-getter. Right? So this Emperor is it. Oh, then we have the High Priestess. Whoa. Okay, so when I'm looking at the Emperor, the Chariot, King of Wands, High Priestess, like we got some major arcana here. Right, so Emperor, the Chariot, right? So like picture this is so the Emperor, the Chariot, the King of Wands, High Priestess. This guy, this Emperor, oh shoot, with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, so that tells me that they're not fucking around. Oh, sorry for swearing, pardon my French. This Emperor, the Chariot, King of Wands, High Priestess is not fooling around. They are serious. I guess so. Let's play that then. 26, 40. Ooh, and then we have the Knight of Swords. Wow. So that, geez, the Knight of Swords is energy at the bottom of the deck is the Tower. The Knight of Swords is like, you know, this guy's going in for the kill. It's a knight. Full speed ahead. Like, they're going in like. The Emperor, the Chariot. So it looks like this Emperor is actually like. It's weird. I don't want to. Let's see. The Emperor, the Chariot, King of Wands, High Priestess. So I don't know if this Emperor is embodying all four of these. Right? So the Emperor, the Chariot, so it's successful, you know. So this Emperor is like king of like. This Emperor is wearing the energy of the Chariot, the King of Wands, and the High Priestess. This one is black and white. This is what blue. With the lovers at the top of the deck. This is the Emperor, Chariot. Like Aries, the King of Wands is a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. I off the top of my head, I can't remember the High Priestess. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'll let it be. Yeah, I don't know if this emperor is embodying the chariot, the king of wands, and the high priestess. Like all of those energies into one, who's focused on doing what's right, and they are coming with the Knight of Swords energy is like they're coming in hot. Not not like the Knight of Wands, but you know what I mean? They're coming in hot like the Knight of Wands, but this is the Knight of Swords, so this is like this is business. You know what I mean? Like you think like this is even like law. This could be considered like law enforcement, the police. You know, and with the chariot, right? So we have the emperor, okay, and all that. The emperor holds the four kings. The chariot is moving, okay. They're well, the emperor's already established, and you know there's stability and power and money and right, you know, with the chariot, that's like, like boom, like this guy's heavy duty. This emperor is well to do, well established. And then we have the King of Wands High Priestess, and that's what's throwing me off. Is because I don't know if, like I said, the Emperor embodies all four, or if this King of Wands High Priestess is somebody else. Like this, the King of Wands High Priestess could be something else, but I think maybe this Emperor is just embodying all four. I think that would be the best bet to say because we have the star on the next row. It's pretty clear the lovers are on hold, you know. Then we have the star who's been battling, but that should be over now, over that Ten of Pentacles. And then voila, we have this Emperor, the Chariot. King of Wands is somebody who gets the joy, like, boom, you know, like, that's energy, that's fire, that's passion, that's desire, the King of Wands. So that would match with the Emperor. And then with the Chariot, right? And then to top it off is the High Priestess. So that's inner knowing. This is like, you know, the what is it? The because you have the magician and you have the high priestess. So this is just like deep, deep inner knowing. They have, you know, the emperor status with the chariot, right? King of Wands is like fire, but then this emperor has this cool, calm, collected inner peace of the high priestess, who's done fighting. Maybe the he or she, well, with the high priestess, I was gonna say she is done fighting with this king of swords, or no, this knight of swords, or altogether, altogether, it's they're coming in hot, maybe. Anyway, uh, yeah, that's And then we have the tower, so that's like a disaster. That's the energy of the tower is a disaster. So the lovers are chilling as usual. The star's done fighting with the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords over this Ten of Pentacles, which is wealth, and they put that star in danger because it's up. That Ten of Pentacles is upside down. That's dangerous. You don't mess with the Ten of Pentacles. That's a family inheritance. That's a lot of money. That's So when it's in reverse, something something whack. Okay, something dangerous. They put that star in danger, but the star's been defending himself. Good job, Star. Okay, that could be somebody's name, Star. And then the last roll almost threw me off, but it was like save the best for last. This Emperor, the Chariot, King of Wands, the High Priestess. So, like that is the energy. So with the King of Wands, it's, somebody who's kind of growing impatient. It's funny because the King of Wands is somebody who would be growing patient, and then you have right next to him is the High Priestess, who's like doesn't even say nothing. You know what I mean? Who's just chilling. So looks like they got this Emperor, High Chariot, King of Wands, High Priestess is coming up with a plan, possibly a plan of attack. Anyway, I won't take up any more of you guys' time. God bless you. Uh, say prayers. Uh, I always want to thank God, and I thank Jesus and Holy Spirit and archangels, these are the masters, the ancestors, and my passed on loved ones of peace, love, and light. As above, so below, as within, so without. Be grateful for all that we have. Thank you, and God bless. Peace.